I just did a private live masterclass in my recording. I'm going to share with you the recording right now. We're gonna jump to my computer and where we discussed how to grow to $100,000 with your business while working with clients that you love working with, because you can have the best content, you can be amazing at sales, you can have the best offer, but if you don't know how to attract the right people, and I will share the biggest mistakes I made about that I promise you don't want to miss. And once you watch this, you will learn what kind of messaging you need to have in your content to attract the right people that pay you a lot, so you make more profit, so you make more money, they get better results, they refer more friends, you have a more simple, more fulfilling, more profitable business that you love running, you love working with. And now we're gonna jump in my computer and discuss that. And we also have an interesting story. One of the people during the call, if you watch it to the end, you will see she's sharing that why she's refusing to get paid $10,000 for just 1 hour of her time. And that's what happens when you don't attract the right kind of clients. Even if they want to pay you, you don't want to accept the money. And she will explain why. So now we're gonna jump, make sure to watch it. Also, once the live call starts, once the recording starts that I did, in the beginning, the first couple minutes, we talk about wins, and then we jump right into it, and we talk about how to attract better people, how to scale your business by working with the ideal clients that you want to work with. So for this, if you want to skip that moment, there will be some timestamps down below, so you can just go to the point there you want to. But if you have time, I would really recommend you to watch this to the end, to take notes, because I think this can really help you. After working with over 500 people and helping them generate millions of dollars, this is probably one of the most important lessons I learned. So watch this, so you don't make the mistake of doing everything right, but just because you don't get this thing right, of attracting the right person, you can just struggle. So if you don't want to make the mistake, watch this, it's absolutely free, and I think you will enjoy this. So now let's jump to my computer and let's start watching the recording, and comment down below your takeaways during the video, and hope you implement this and hope you scale your business and absolutely crush it. So let's jump to the recording in 3, 2, 1, and I will see you there. Let's go. Let's start with some wins, guys, as always. And then we're gonna dive deep into today. The topic is going to be sales and offers masterclass. So we will basically talk about that and what has been working well for us, what you guys are struggling when it comes to offers and sales. And then if we have enough time left, we will do some short Q&A too. But this is usually not a Q&A call. This is going to be more of like an event. And this is the first one we are testing it with, guys. So you can be open-minded of some upcoming potential changes with it based on your feedback and what you really like. So that being said, let's start with wins. Please put any wins that you have in the chat. And now we're going to dive into everything and get started. I will share my screen too. All right. By the meantime, I'm going to go to the wins. So Christian got to 7,000 MRR. They are probably going to win the Skool games this month with his mom. Let me go to games, which is awesome. So yeah. Oh, they are number 2 already. Awesome. So 7.5K MRR. They started this group from 0. And the funny part is that his goal was first was to make 2K MRR. And then we talked about it and we said like, yeah, I think you can do 3. And he did 3. And I said, hey, I think you can do 5. He did 5. And I said, hey, man, I think you need to, the goal was by the end of the March. I said, what you can do? He said, I think 7.5. I said, no, you can do 7.5 faster. Like you should do 10. And as you can see, there's still like 10 days left and he already is at 7.5, which is crazy. They are, I think, definitely going to hit 10K MRR. And they also have a very low churn, by the way. So like it's real MRR, which is awesome. So yeah, that's that. So that's for Christian, which is great. Samuel got a viral video as well. You guys can go and check it. Just changed his title and thumbnail. Lamin is here. Lamin, congratulations on all these amazing wins, man. How are you?
Thank you.
Yeah. How have
Doing good, man.
Good? Awesome. Cool. From 20K views and some even 400 to 700 with his business partner, Abdullah. YouTube from 400 views to 156, 35, 20, gained 11K subscribers, 3.8 thousand members, booking calls, etc. So well done, bro, for all the consistency and the hard work that you put into this. This is great. Robbie as well, first ever call, a high ticket hour commission close, which is incredible as well. So congrats on this. Alexa hit 30,000 subscribers as well. We did have a call with her today. New record revenue from Fabian. Fabian actually messaged me and said that he made more in a day than he used to make in a month before, which is interesting. So Mike, 9,000 in a week. Cam 14 hours ago posted that he has his first biggest sale he ever made, 6.5 thousand from one client, which is amazing. And this is already, I think, a record month for him already. And he even probably gonna make more than 10K a month this month. We will see. Xander went from 4K a month several months ago. From the, like, we started working together when it was 2024. From that point to now, when he's generating basically tens of thousands a month, and he hit record months as well, which is awesome. All right, Christian posted the win too. Cam, another win from Cam. Fabian started making an impact on his niche and made 10K, got 10K subscribers. And yeah, I think that's it. A lot of good wins, guys. So very excited for all of you. Marisa, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Welcome. Paul, welcome as well. Who else joined? Ivan, welcome. Good to see you. I think it's your first call, even if I'm not mistaken. Let me know. Okay, now let's go to the chat and we get started. I can't hear anything, Cecilia says. Can you hear it now? Can you hear us, Cecilia?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Cool. Imagine you couldn't all this time. Okay. Hi, Harold. I'm still at work, so I will be using the chat. Sounds good, Maureen. Try switching of the Bluetooth. Got it. I missed the meetings. Thank you. We missed you too, Cecilia. Chris offers, Lucas offers, Ian offers, Cecilia offers. Oh my God, no one cares about sales. Only Felix cares. Felix, let's talk about sales. I'm gonna ignore all of you and listen to Felix, who only said sales. So, no, just kidding. All right, sales wins. Lucas says 8 video strike. Nice. Close to client and bringing him to school. Amazing. Start the live podcast soon. Nice, man. Congrats. That's awesome. Congrats on the client. That's awesome. Damn, you're all winning. My videos are getting traction as well. I have 4 sales calls booked. Amazing, Paul. Congrats as well. Yeah. So all these wins, by the way, the guys that we show, like behind that, there's a lot of work, and like I was just on a call before this with Isaac, with one of our one-on-one clients, and actually his goal was to make 10K a month. When we had a call in December, at the end of December 24th, he even made a post about that. I think I can show you if I find it. But anyway, till that point, he actually started making 20 to 30K a month of profit in just the last few months. But the secret is work, right? He just went and put in the work. Let me quickly find that post. Yeah, here you go. So we made this post. We have this call on December 24th. He posted about it, and then he went ahead and just started executing, and now he's crushing it too. But like all of these wins, all of these people crushing it, they basically it can seem that like it's easy or everyone is winning, you are not winning or whatever, but that's not true. Like behind every single win, there's so much work that people don't see, right? Oh, Isaac is joining. That's great as well. So he will be here. So that's something to keep in mind. But now let's dive deep into the offers as promised, guys. Now, if there's anything specific about the offers, please put in the chat. We will start discussing that as soon as possible. But I first wanted to just to start with Isaac. Welcome, man. Good to see you. I was just talking about our call as well, sharing all the wins in the community and included yours too. So it's good to see you here. All right. And now we are going to start with that. Okay. So about to be me, it takes twice as long as it's twice as expensive if you already factor that in. Exactly, Lucas. Yeah. It's always, you see, hey, I made 10,000 in the back end. This person was, working hard and just the win happened, and you only see the good sides, which is fine. All right. AQ, welcome as well. All right, let's see who else. I think everyone else was here. Okay, cool. Oh, Nicholas is joining too. A lot of people, guys. So I wanted to start because you guys, most of you said offers. You want to talk about mainly offers today, so we will dive into it. And today I'm actually going to share something that most people don't talk about when it comes to offers, but I think is probably the most important thing. So can you guess what that is? What's the most important thing in offers? Can you put in the chat, please? Proof. Lucas says, Chris says, knowing what the audience wants. Great. Emotional connection to the results. Hungry crowd. Okay, we're getting there. Marine. An offer that they can refuse. Good, Samrat. Solving the pain. Good, Nicholas. By the way, welcome. Chris, it can solve their problem. Good. Prospects problem. Amazing. So all of this was correct, guys. By the way, amazing answers. Mark, welcome as well. Good to see you, man. Thank you for joining. So actually, all of this is true. The price, the offer, over delivering, all of this. Yeah, people say, Lucas, look at what Lucas is doing, guys. He's joining the call always with some crazy stuff. Let me add him to the stage so you guys can see. Can you see what Lucas is doing or no? Look at him. Who are you hunting, Lucas? Okay. But yeah, to the point of the conversation. All of these things are important, but I think the most important thing in offers, and that's what I want to talk about today as well, is the person that you are selling it to, right? And no one is talking about this, right? Like they think it's all about your price, what you deliver. But let me guys tell you a little story. So it was several months ago when I joined another community to do a speech, right? They invited me, so I went there and we talked about content, etc. And by the end of the call, like I had people that were asking me questions like, hey, Hart, okay, I understand, but like, how do I go viral without like making the videos? I want to just only use AI. I'm saying like, no, you need to actually do this and do that and put in the work. And I'm saying like, it's not possible. Like, no, I want to, be rich. I'm saying, what's your goal? He's saying like, my goal is to make $1 million this year, etc. So, and he was basically confronting me, right? And telling me that it can't work for him, right? Whatever I'm sharing, the advice, it can work for him. And at that moment, I understood that, like, at that call that I was at, guys, most people were actually that way. Most people weren't open to change. They weren't motivated enough, right? They didn't want the solution bad enough, right? And I saw how delusional, right? We can call it that way. A lot of them were. And I'm not saying this like as to shit on them or something, but just on a personal level, it was really surprising to see. And then I thought, basically, it's like it doesn't matter how much I try to talk or how energetic I can be or how much I can try to convince them or share them the tips that work for a lot of our clients. They are just not going to accept it, not because of me, but because of who they are, right? And there's an interesting story about this too. So there's one person I know, and they recently got a client that paid them $125,000, right? One client. Who guys would like someone to pay them $125,000, right? Just one person. It would probably be crazy. And here's what's crazy part about this. He said that person did a call, right? Did a coaching call, and he said, "Oh, it's already worth it after the first call. I already got what I'm looking for. I don't need anything else." Imagine someone paying you $125,000 and then doing one call with you and saying, "Oh, I already got the value." So why am I saying this? If this person gave the same value to someone that is like this wouldn't be applicable to, it wouldn't work, right? This person could sell the same exact thing with the same words, but just because of who this person is, they wouldn't be able to receive the value. So I can give you an example of our clients. For example, Isaac is on this call, right? He's an example of a great client. And a lot of you guys are here examples of great clients too. But just because I had a call with him before, I will share this. So what happened is we did a call in December, just one call, right? That he got as a one-on-one member. We did the call, and after it, he basically just went and started putting in the work, executing, right? He didn't like even ask questions or book calls, which he should have or could have. Like, I'm not saying he shouldn't have, but he didn't. And his goal was to make 10K a month profit. And now he's making 20 to 30K a month profit. And actually today we discussed the crazy idea of him making $1 million of profit this year, right? Now, he's not a complete, of course, beginner. He has been doing this for some time. So it's not, easy, just make $1 million or whatever. But still, he is an example of a great client, right? That paid a lot, that was able to get the value from the call that I did, execute it, and get results. Now, why am I telling all of these stories? Is because we also had members that joined our community, or not even our community, joined our free community, and were demanding support from us, right? Like in the free community, they were saying, "Hey, I wish guys you could do this for me or do that and we're saying like, it's a free community, right? Like we will try to make it better, of course. But like some people in the free community demanded more than some other clients that paid more, got results, referred us. Another example of this is Alexa. I also had a call with her today. She joined the program, took action, got crazy results, made a YouTube video about the results and gave us credit for some reason and sent us traffic. We got more clients from that. And now she's helping others, posting the community, sending traffic our way. And she's just executing and growing and, being a great client. And why am I saying this? Me, the same person, right? Harut, with my knowledge, with my whatever weaknesses and strengths. If I told the same advice, not to Alexa, not to Isaac, but to you guys, the same advice, the same call, just on who the person is on the receiving side of things, it can have a completely different effect, right? So what all of this has to do with offers, you might ask, right? Can you guess, guys, in the chat, please? What does this have to do with offers? Or you can even run with yourself. Why am I telling this story? What does it have to do offers with what's the point I'm trying to make? Can you please share? I will be reading the chat by in the meantime about the previous things. How good it is. Okay, I read this. Okay. Delusionally in the context of being disconnected from how things actually work. Exactly. Okay. All right. Let me see. You don't want to talk with the wrong crowd. Chris says, very good. Exactly. Amber says, finding the right audience. Yep, very good, Amber. Marine, to not sell to the wrong people, exactly. Product market fit, exactly. They are bringing the right people, exactly. To not attract the wrong audience, Chris says on YouTube, exactly. Quality of the client, yes. Hunting the client, Paul says yes. Exactly. You guys are right. So what's the point of this? Is that it is not like you can work incredibly hard. You can make very good content. You can learn from the best people. You can be consistent. But if you're attracting the wrong crowd, if you're attracting the wrong person, then it's not going to work. Not because of who you are, but because of who they are, right? Because there are certain clients that no matter how much they pay you, they complain, they leave, they overthink it 20 times. And there are clients that pay you, they refer friends, they put in the work, they give you credit, and they take responsibility, right? And there is a couple of factors on how to attract better clients. Who guys wants to attract better clients for their offers? Anyone? Cool. So one of the easiest ways, what do you guys think? Can you tell in the chat, or can you maybe unmute yourselves if you want as well? What do you think is one of the easiest way to attract better clients?
Make sure that you're talking about things that the right kind of people resonate with.
Yeah.
You're not talking about things that you attract the wrong crowd to.
Amazing point. Yes, exactly, Chris. Mm-hmm. Paul?
Yeah, literally what Chris just said.
Okay.
Like talking about the things that they would relate to the most and make sure like it's very specific. So like a really good example of this is like, let's say you meet a person off of the street and you as a person, you're into something really niche and really obscure, right? Let's say like, I don't know, for example's sake, you really like this super niche video game that no one plays.
Yeah.
You are more likely to resonate with someone who plays that same really obscure video game rather than someone who just likes video games in general. Yeah. So like the more relatably niche things you talk about, the more you bond with people and the more you relate to them, and the more likely they are to buy.
Exactly. I love that. So on both of your guys' points, and I will read the chat now, guys, too. So please, you can put your versions of that too. So it comes down, one of the things is what stories do you tell in your content? And I will give an example. So some people want to, like, let's say you are a fitness influencer, right? And you want to attract people that want to lose weight. Now, if you tell a story that will resonate with people that don't want to take self-accountability, that aren't like ready to, do what's necessary to get the results, then you are going to attract the wrong people. I will give an example. Let's say you say, hey, do you feel like that do you want to lose weight without exercising, without waking up early, without discipline, whatever? There are some people that say this in their videos, right? And if you say that, guess what? You're going to attract people that want to lose weight without discipline, without whatever, right? And it's very, very hard to serve these people. But if in your story you say, in your videos, let's say, hey, I'm looking for disciplined people that are really serious and committed about losing weight, right? And are ready to make this work, then that's tiny, small tweak can attract different people. I will give another example. For example, for me, I'm trying to attract people that are ready to put in the work. So if you guys have noticed, in a lot of places in my content, I talk about that, right? I never say how to make $100,000 a month with 2 hours of work a day. There's a lot of people that grind 18-hour days. And on YouTube, they say, how I make 200K. It's easy, guys. It's the best business model. You just do nothing, you'll get rich. So it's an image. But I don't want to do that because it's going to attract the wrong person in my case. Now, do you have to work 21 million hours in a day to be successful? No, you don't, right? But the people that think, oh, I can just not work at all or like whatever, and I'm going to get the results, I don't want these people. So just starting from this language where I say, okay, it takes work. If you guys have noticed, I will say this. So I will share my screen. I will quickly show this. Then I see Cecilia Restaurant. So I will unmute you. Let's go to our community. I posted the win yesterday from one of our clients. Let's read this, right? And we're going to connect this, by the way, to your offers, why this is important. But what I said, it wasn't easy. So I'm giving the results first. And that's what I'm saying. It wasn't easy and it took a lot of work, but it is crazy what happens when you actually listen to people who already achieved what you want, take massive action and make no excuses. That's what she did, and that's why she crushed it. So first of all, this includes a disclaimer that she did take massive action. And second of all, it attracts more people that understand that they shouldn't make any excuses and do what it takes and listen to someone who already did what they want to do. So this can seem like a tiny thing, guys, but most of my competitors, they post a win and they say, my client made $72,000. Do you want to learn how to do that easy way? Avoid all the mistakes, do it in a very simple way that I will help you to implement in your business? if you won't comment this word, what happen, right? So what happens is they attract a lot of people that think that way. Oh, this person made 72,000. It was easy. I'm going to do it too. So it's basically the stories that you tell, what you say in the videos, how you say it, it's going to determine who you attract. And again, guys, literally one of the biggest secrets. Recently I've joined a couple of programs. I talked with people that in this industry, they are making $10 million a year of profit. Right? Who would like to make $10 million of profit? Would you guys want that? Right? And when I talk with these people, one of the biggest things I noticed that they have in common that most people don't have is who they work with. They basically identify the people that are the most likely to succeed, and they attract these people in the first place. And we're going to go deeper on this, right? But this is, guys, this is one of the, this is such a lesson that I recently had someone that we did a call with. They before had a 7-figure business, right? And they said, Howard, when you are saying these things, when you're sharing these things, he's saying most people don't believe, but people charge tens of thousands of dollars for this. What you just shared, right? And he's saying most people don't understand that. And I'm saying, yeah, man, I'm glad that you do because you paid for masterminds and other things to know this. So this simple thing I said and I moved on. There will be 2 types of people. Number one, that say, okay, yeah, interesting. Okay. And no action after this. Nothing changes, no reflection, no looking at who they are attracting, no reflection on the stories they are telling in content. And if you are doing it well, great, do more of it and do better, right? And there's second types of people that will do it. We'll sit there and say, okay, what can I change? Am I attracting the right person? That's what we are doing all the time. That's why we might raise our prices soon, guys. For you, it doesn't affect, so you can be happy. But that's why we are trying to do it, because we are thinking about who we are going to attract this price. And I just posted, and not everyone agreed, but if you check the comments, vast majority of the people said, oh yeah, you need to increase, because I even thought that the community isn't valuable when if it's this much, right? And it should be more. So all of this to say is that there will be 2 types of people. When we share some, a simple lesson like this and say, oh, no, I just need the secret guarantee for my offer, or I just need what's the best way. That's not it. It's attracting the person that are going to be successful. Guys, imagine this. Let me ask you a question in the chat. Who here wants these 3 things? If you don't want it, put no. Please be very honest. Not everyone is looking for 3 things. But who wants these 3 things? Fun, fulfillment, and freedom. Who wants these 3 things? Put yes in the chat and know if you don't want. Not only you, yeah, it would be nice, but this is what you are about. You want fun, to like what you do, to enjoy it as much as possible, to have freedom, so you can travel the world, to provide for your family, for your kids, for your wife, for your husband, for your whoever, right? And the third thing is fulfillment. You don't only just to be a rich person with no service to others, with not caring about people, not having an impact, right? No, you want to have an impact, make money, have freedom, have fun. Let me know how many people, let me see how many people said yes. So Nicola said yes, Chris said yes, Paul said yes, Samar said I do, yes, Amber said yes, Ron said yes, fun, definitely, absolutely, yes, okay, Mark, yes. Okay, so everyone pretty much so far, almost everyone put yes. By the way, everyone that just joined, welcome to the call. Good to see you guys. Rohan, Mia, good to see you. Who else? Lena, welcome as well. Who else wasn't here? I think everyone else was here. Let me double check really quickly. Yeah, cool. So I see a lot of wins in the chat, guys. So I appreciate it. And Ashur, I think, wasn't here. So Ashur, welcome too. Anyway, so you say yes, right? Now, these 3 things, right? The fun, freedom, and fulfillment. Why am I asking you this? Imagine if I go to a person that doesn't completely resonate with us, guys. Because let's be honest, most of us here, Cecilia, Lucas, Damien, Chris, Lamin, Felix, Robbie, Paul, Adrian, Isaac, Ian, Harut, Amber, and others, Mia, etc. We guys aren't normal in a good way, right? We are not normal. Who is joining a call with some 22-year-old random dude that talks about, you are not normal. Let's be honest, right? You are not. Normal people are right now just watching television all day. They don't even know what business is, what content is, what entrepreneurship is. Would you guys agree? Who thinks they are would you agree that you are not normal in a good way? Or do you think that you are normal? Okay. So yeah, a lot of weird people here. I love it. So no, but if seriously, think about this way. What if I go and if I give this same speech to the normal part of the population? By the way, when I say normal, I don't think we're better than them. It's just different, right? to be clear. Like my parents, their whole life just worked at a normal job. They don't know what business is. I'm grateful to them forever. Without them, I wouldn't, have internet to do this. So it's not a value judgment. It's just that that's how they are. That works for them. This doesn't work for us, right? Now, imagine if I go to that part of the population and I talk about these things. That's like, who is this guy? Like, they would probably laugh, right? Let's be honest. Like if I go and say, what's the offer, the sales, what's the biggest thing? Like it would be weird, right? But that's what most people are doing. They are talking to people that no matter how good you are, the people you are talking to, they are not going to resonate with what you say as much. So the reason that we are doing relatively well is because we are very clear on where we are starting from our brand name, guys. Achieve greatness. It's not make 5kmonth.com that will attract. It's achieve greatness. That starting from these things and like ending with everything else I talked about, we intentionally want to attract these people. And looking at this example, all of you here, like all of you said that you want fun, freedom, and fulfillment. Now, not only you say this is the most important, you act like it. You invest in yourself, you join this meeting, you didn't make excuses, you have a lot of things to do in your day, you still showed up here, right? And here's the part. That's why what we are doing is working, is because we are talking to people like you. So even if I talk the same things, but to, again, normal people, right, that aren't like us, it won't have even near the effect. Now, that's the first thing that is important, is who, your language, your story, whatever. And for this is extremely important. I'm now going to tell you the first big action item from this call that can change everything for you. Like I paid tens of thousands of dollars for this, and it just told me do this, and this is going to be a simple thing. Who wants to know that? Put yes in the chat. Who says no, we're going to kick them out from the call? Who agrees? No, just kidding. But let me know in the chat. Who wants to know it? And Cecilia, I didn't forget. I'm going to unmute you soon. So who wants to know what that is? Let me know, guys. Yes. Cool. By the way, when I'm asking these questions, I don't want you to say yes. I want you to be honest. Like if it's a no, say no. Who said no? Cecilia. Okay. Kicking her out right now. Boom. No. Kidding. Okay. Just, you have a yellow card. The next one is a red one. Okay. So you guys said yes, right? Now what that is, it is creating this thing called a vision board, or not a vision board in terms of your goals, or like, a manifestation board, whatever. You can have that too. But in a sense, like it's called a one-pager or foundational copy or vision document, which is basically a simple one-page document where you have who is the ideal person that you are trying to attract with your content, with your community, with your high-ticket services, and what is the problem that you want to help them to solve, right? How do you want to solve them? And what are your values, your beliefs, the things that you believe in that make that ideal client or ideal client. For example, right? For us, we have the document, which is a simple document where we have who is our avatar, right? Our avatar is this and this and this person: creators, coaches, community owners, mentors, experts, whatever, that want to, make from $10,000 to $100,000 amount of profit while having fun, fulfillment, freedom, for example. And then I break down, okay, what do they like, how they want to get there. Right? They want to get there by getting amazing results for their clients, by growing organic content, by growing a strong brand that attracts clients to them, blah, blah, blah. So that like it's a whole thing, right? So that's the big action item. And here's going to be the secret. This is the small secret. Most people do this. They go and they create content, or they join communities, or they message people, and they try to find the perfect person for their thing. When in reality, what actually works is the opposite. You know exactly who you are trying to target. Like how old are they usually? What do they want? What do they want to accomplish? What values do they have? Who else do they watch? What content they consume, right? All of these things. And you are trying to create content only by looking at this document and thinking and realizing that and assuming that the people that are going to watch this are going to be the people that, like, you are not going to even create content unless it matches this document. Right? It's like everything in your business goes through that lens. Let's say you are thinking, hey, like, should I make this video or this video? Well, you go back to your document, you read it, and you say, which one do I think this person would watch? Right? And that's how you make decisions. And this is huge. No one is doing it because most people post content. They hope that someone joins the funnel. When in reality, you just need to do the opposite. Who is exactly that's going to join your program and product? Who is going to be your buyers? You listen to them, or you, at least if you don't have enough clients yet, you just at least hypothesize who that person is. And only you make content that is going to be specifically for this person. right? And your language will change. For example, if I, and this, I'm being very vague here, but let's say one of the things for our clients is achieving greatness. We want people to achieve greatness. If I know that, I'm not going to go and create content about how to make 10K a month and do nothing with your life and just chill, right? If I make that video, right, it is very unlikely that a lot of people from this video are going to say, oh, I want to do this. I want to grow. I want to work hard. I want to achieve greatness. I want to, make a difference, etc. So it's called a one-pager. It's a simple document. You can have it in Google Documents. You can have it on, you can have it in your notes on your iPhone or Android or whenever, doesn't matter. The main thing is write down who you are after. Be specific. The more specific you are, the better, right? And after you have it, only then you can go and make sure, okay, when I'm telling this story, like, do I attract the people? I will give you an example, guys. And this is going to be an extreme example. Hope you don't mind, but I will say, one of the things that we're not trying to do, we don't want to attract people that are broke. Now, broke meaning with the broke mindset, because there's a big difference. Because there's a lot of people in the world that have broke mindset, right? Now, you guys are in that way. You invest in yourself, you are here, etc. But there's a lot of people that have broke mindset. So because of that, when I'm thinking, should I make a video called how to become a millionaire when you are broke? Or I can make a video about how to scale your business to $1 million. The tiny shift difference in these two is huge. The first one is going to attract people that are broke and also with mindset, usually, right? You can also click because you like the influencer or whatever. But it's going to attract people that have the broke mindset. They think that they're victims of their life, right? It's okay to be financially broke. I have been there. Like, we all start there. But they're there with the mindset. But if I make this video, right, it will attract a better person. So I have that in my one-pager. When I go there, I say, I don't work with people that have a broke mindset. I don't work with people that want to be saved, right? In my content, I always say, I'm not going to save you. If you come to me for me to save you to grow your business, I'm not your guy. Like I didn't save Isaac. I didn't save Lamin. I didn't save like any of you. They put in the work. They do it. I show them the way. I try them to help them to avoid mistakes. I give them inspiration. I give them strategies. I give them feedback, but I don't say it. So I have it. So never in my content, I'm going to say, join, I will do this for you. I will help you with this. If you work with me, then anyone can be. I'm not going to say it where most people say it because of who you attract. Because if you just sell to everyone, you are going to be in a situation where you just sold to people that you don't like, and you did only for money. And it's just a matter of time when it's going to stop working. So the first big thing is identify exactly who you want to work with. And the best way to look at it is create your one-pager and ask yourself, who should be my client that I would love to go on a coffee with? Like I would guys love to go on a coffee with you, at least with most of you. Honestly, I don't know some of you personally. Let me be honest. I don't know. All right. Maybe you don't want to go on a coffee with me. I don't know. But with most of you, I do want, right? It would be interesting. Like I wouldn't say, oh my God, like what I'm doing it would be pretty fun. Right? Especially if you bring some gifts, I would appreciate it. No, kidding. But like, I will bring the gift. But like, that's who you want to work with. The people that you would like to hang out with, right? Because if you attract these people, then they are going to, I will give you an example. We had a client recently that joined our program and paid us way more than 5 figures upfront, right? Now, you can do the math on about 5 figures, but like more than that. Okay, why am I saying this? This person didn't join because of my offer. Because I said, there's a 2-day special 5-step guarantee, my secret process. No, this person wanted to work with me because I was creating content, I was sharing posts, I was working with people and sharing success stories that resonated so deeply with him so that he didn't care. What's our price point? What we do? Of course, he cares a little bit, how exactly the program works. Am I going to give him messaging access or no? Is he going to get one-on-one? Of course, he cares about that things too, right? But the biggest thing is like the people nowadays, they do their research, guys. And they want to work with you only when they are pre-sold. Let me ask you a question. How many of you from here, before joining our community, you either heard a recommendation, someone said something good from us, you heard a testimonial, you got value, and then you joined? Put yes. Put no in the chat if we hard sold you into our program or our community. Yes, if you heard something good, you were kind of pre-sold. So like you watched the video, you maybe jumped on a call, but like you already knew in your mind, I'm probably going to join this thing, like you already were in that position. And who like I influenced, like you said, no, Like you didn't want to work with us. You just saw the offer. You said, this is perfect. Like this is it. And that's it. No, if that's the case. Yeah. Yes. If the same. I'm going to read the chat now. I want to be very weird, like no one else. Love it. Yes, 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 yes. Maureen says yes. Ron says yes, 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 yes. Okay, crazy. Yes, me. Yes, yes. Shout out to Mike. Brown reason I sold freaks because my Insta. Okay, yes. So like everyone said yes, guys. And don't listen to me. Just look at what you did. How do you make buying decisions right now? Who here wakes up and says, I'm going to just book random calls with 10 people and see who has the best offer and who sells me the most, I'm going to join. Who the heck does that? Like before joining, guys, you check the about page, you check the testimonials, you ask 5 people, you DM, you see what the person is about. Right? So all the buyers are that way because now there's Reddit where you can go and search. I had a client, this was really funny. They said, Howard, like before working with you, I just searched the whole internet, anything negative about you. And I didn't find it. And I found, I thought, nice. He didn't know where to look. That's good. He didn't know my classmates probably. But anyway, so I was happy about it, right? He didn't find it probably. But if honestly, then I said, okay, cool. Like what a good thing to know. And by the way, I'm sure that someone will be unhappy eventually. It's impossible to keep growing. And that's not my goal anyway. But still, that's what people do nowadays. Like he literally like searched the whole internet about me. Like, I don't know. Hopefully he didn't call my mom. I don't know. Like he did everything to like, and that's what people do. They watch testimonials. They join your free community first. They book a call. Now, why am I saying all of these things? It's because that assumes that for your offers to work, you need to attract the right person that is already pre-sold on you, that already heard good things about you, that already knows that they resonate with your values. And the only way to do that is, you know what? To first identify what those are. Because if you don't know who are you attracting, how can you attract these people? If you don't know exactly who are the psychographics, the demographics, are they from US or from Europe? Or it doesn't matter how old they are, ideally. What is their goals? What they think about in night? What they are worried about? What other programs are they buying? What they are frustrated about? What values they have? Are they Republican or Democrat? Like literally even to that extent. Like who is the, like from everything that you can look at, right? Like or maybe they're independent. I don't know. I don't care about politics, at least now. But maybe later I will become the president of Armenia, guys. Would you vote for me, please? Anyway, so like people do their research, and for you to do that, if you don't identify who do you want to work with, you are going to attract the wrong person, and you are going to hate the people you work with, and you are going to only do it for money. And it's just a matter of time when you just stop caring and you lose. That's what happened to me. In 2023, I was making $50K a month, more than that. When I was even younger, I was like 20, 19, whatever. And it was like I was working like 2 hours a day, and it was a good business. But I said, like, I don't want to attract these people. I self-sabotaged my own success. And even when I made it, I still couldn't do it for the long term because you lose the purpose, because you don't like the business. Because for our businesses, guys, it's a very human-centric business. Very human-centric business, right? You are not selling a chocolate. You don't care who eats it. Like you sell your time, you sell your life, right? A call with you is your life, literally, right? Messaging access is your life. You are going to say no to everything else you can do in that moment and respond to the client, right? So how much value do you put on your life? Do you want to spend your life on people that you wouldn't spend with? What I like to do, I want to spend my life with people that I would talk to for free anyway and get paid for that. Who would like that? Have fun, work with amazing people and get paid. This is the ultimate thing. This is better than soccer players, than singers, and like you get paid to do what you love, right? So identify what you want and speak with your content directly to these people. That's the first big thing. Be very clear about that. If you are attracting people that you hate, you are not going to be successful. And even if you do in the short term, it's just a matter of time when someone comes and they win you because they do care about your customer, right? Like, let's say you work with people that you don't care about and they are like, I don't know, hockey players. But someone else that cares about hockey players, they're going to crush you. By the way, on this example, we have Xander in our community. His name is Xander. He helps professional hockey players or upcoming professional, and he makes tens of thousands of dollars a month. So how can someone compete with him if all he does is he like reads hockey, he lives with it, he eats it for breakfast, like that's what he does. He loves it. It's not easy, He still does things that he doesn't like within the business. You still need discipline, but on the macro, he likes it. So the biggest thing, there's nothing else that will make your offers fail than you not believing in your offer, you not wanting to sell it. The reason that a lot of our clients become clients because they say, Howard, like it felt that like you liked me, like it's kind of connected. You are not selling me just to sell me, but like there was this relationship. And the reason is because that is true. Right? Now, do we love 100% every single client? No, to be honest, there are some weirdos sometimes. Very rarely, but 1% of the people sometimes, that happens. But like on a big level, like I couldn't be more than happy, So for your offers, what's the biggest secret for the offer? Is to love what you do so much so people see your passion so much of helping them. So they just can't choose anyone else because they want to work with it, because they see that you truly believe in what you do. Now we're gonna do takeaways on this lesson, guys. Then I'm gonna move to the second thing that's going to help in terms of attracting better people. So let me unmute Cecilia, and then we will go from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Harold, I have a question in relation to what you said before about like attracting the right audience and so on. But what about like, in my situation, what my goals are and so on. What about like in my situation where I also want to grow a big personal brand, and this is not for everyone, right?
Yeah.
So I want to create a big personal brand, which means I want to grow a huge audience. But that also means that at the same time, I also value my business, right? So like, I don't know if you watched Hamza's video, but I really like the analogy between the difference between attracting bodies and attracting people who want to buy your stuff, whatever. And yeah, like what should I do in this situation? Because like obviously, if I want to grow a huge audience, I will eventually attract bodies.
Yeah.
But how can I also focus on, the right people who wants to buy my stuff?
Good question. So I think
unless you niche down, does that make sense? It's like
I understand.
Yeah.
So I will tell you what I'm doing, and maybe that would be useful to you. So what I want to do is first, I want to make sure that I have and I'm not saying again, you should do this because we talked about it and your goal can be different, which is absolutely fine. Like the biggest things, guys, in life is just understand what you want. What I want might not be what you want. What you want might not be the other person want. Do what you want. Like really big lesson. You don't need someone's permission to live your life on your own terms. Now, that being said, what I want to do, Cecilia, is I want to be big, but with the right audience. Because what stops me? Like what stops me? What law of physics stops from having 1 million other people like you guys? Nothing. There are 1 million people like you, like us. And it's still very rare because 1 million people is like, what is it? The population is 8 billion. Who is good at math? You can put it in the chat. Like what percentage is it? Is it 0.001, 0.00? What? Like it's crazy. It's pretty much, you wouldn't notice, right? It's just a glass of, water in the ocean or whatever or drop of water, whatever they say. But anyway, the point is that kind of what I am trying to do, Cecilia, I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to be slower, but with the right audience. I don't know if this right answers the question, but I don't think why, like for who can be an example of this? Like for me, it's Hormozi. Like I like him. I think some of you guys might not resonate with him, which is fine. I think he has a very good audience. Like I know sometimes I talk with people, like for example, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Do you guys know him? Like he follows Alex Hormozi on Instagram. Like people like this, he's privately friends with them. Billionaires, like the president of Shopify, is following him. Like he has an amazing audience and he's big. So I'm kind of looking at it and saying, it's about figuring out what you stand for, Cecilia, and making sure that for as long as it's the right audience, attract as many of them as possible. Like where is that?
Okay.
Where is that?
Should I focus on like knowing like more specifically my avatar?
Yes.
Or should I focus on like my content itself?
Yes.
Yeah.
You need to know. No, you shouldn't post content and then try to understand who you are trying to attract. That's how people burn out. I think what you should do is go back and say, what do I believe in? Right? Okay, I believe in this thing. I believe in that thing. What are the true beliefs that you have? I will give an example. For me, the people that sell things to people that know aren't good are scammers. Like if I see that anyone from my clients is selling things knowing that the thing that they are selling isn't good, I'm going to have a problem with that. Now, guess what? Most of the industry is that way. So I'm literally throwing away most of the industry. But this is something I believe in. So everywhere I'm gonna say this. I have this in my new upcoming VSL. I have this everywhere. Where I'm gonna say, do you want to get the results? And it's gonna be that like, if you don't resonate with this, you just want to make money because you are the believer that in life it's all just about competition and you only need to care about yourself and don't give a F about anyone else. And if you don't do it, others will do it. Cool, good for you, but go and do that. I don't resonate with that. I want to win while doing a good job. Am I saying I'm gonna be perfect? No, but I'm gonna do my best, right? I even have the proof. When I had a company that was making a lot of money, where people weren't complaining, it was good. I knew that I'm not helping people as much as I can. Now, coming back to this, it's about figuring out what you want and then making sure that you only attract people that understand, know you, that connect with your authentic version of you. And for as long as that's the case, the more you do it, the more you get better. And the more you, with action, identify what are the things that you believe in, the better job you will do with attracting people. So it's not like just from the first day you understand the perfect person. Even for me, I'm sure it's gonna give it, guys. Like in 5 years, I might work with different people. I might say now I work with Olympic champions. Like I'm tired of online businesses. Let's talk. I don't know, right? I have no clue. So, but I'm saying this because it's not the one or the other, if it makes sense. It's about understand what you believe in and why can't you start with that, grow that audience, grow that strong but smaller audience, and over time, because you get better, that audience gets bigger as well. Like, why can't you? I think you can. It's just easier to make a viral video about some stupid topic you don't care about and get views for your ego, right? It's easier. That's why. But like, what's the right way is to stick to your values, and that's what I'm gonna do. There's so many videos now I can do to go viral. I can go, guys, and become the next like star 22-year-old that teaches young people how to make money. I can just go. I can say I'm 22. I made this much money. If you are young, if you want to, I can text that. I can just own that niche. I look even younger than I am. I'm gonna completely resonate. Am I doing it? Look at the average age of this call. Just look at the average age. It's usually people older than me. This will sound extremely arrogant, but most people my age aren't at the maturity level that I want for my clients. So I'm not trying to go and make content for other 20-year-olds necessarily. Like you can be 15 and be mature. That's not the thing. You can be 10 and be like, and I'm not saying I'm the mature person. Like I don't know anything. I'm 22 and I'm gonna learn. I know that. But I don't think I want to go broad. Let me go and do this. No, I'm gonna stick to the right people with my values and keep the audience small. And because I'm gonna get better, the audience will get bigger, not because I want to, because I will have to do that. Like right now, guys, our communities get bigger without me doing anything. People reach out, hey, can we recommend you people? I say, yeah, maybe. Hey, can we I send these people? We don't try to get bigger. If you get better, you get bigger. Right? So you kind of solve that. So number one, to summarize, identify what you believe in, which also takes time. What I now know that I believe in, and a year ago, now I'm able to articulate it way better. In a year, it will be the case. So it's an ongoing process. But identify that as much as possible. Don't sacrifice that integrity to talking with people that you believe in. Number two, attract the right audience and keep getting better. And if you keep getting better, these people will tell other people like you about you. There's a good definition of the algorithm, guys. They say social media algorithm is automated word of mouth. The social media algorithm is automated word of mouth, right? Think about it. That's what it is. Because what the YouTube algorithm is, it says, 10 people clicked and they watched for long, right? And it automatically recommends this to other people. That's what word of mouth is. When people like it, they tell others. Now there's just a robot that sees what people like and automates that recommendation process, right? And when it's true, if you just get better, both natural word of mouth and automatic word of mouth are going to make you broader because you will get better. Hope this makes sense. Now, it's easier said than to be done, absolutely. I can say, okay, but building an audience takes time. Like you won't become a big celebrity of the world like Hormozi or like other people you are looking up to in your case, and it would be easy. Otherwise, everyone would be just celebrities, So that's the whole thing. That's the hard part of you figuring out what you want. But I know personally people that make millions of dollars a year and they are so miserable because they hate their life. They kind of are fake. They are fake on social media. They are saying something else, but they believe something else. And it's just a matter of time where you don't do it, right? That's why a lot of actors commit suicides, because they pretend to be someone else for so long that someone of them said like, who the heck am I? Right? And then they can't handle the pressure. So all of this to say is that, coming back to the question of offers, your content, your audience, it all comes down to not who you are, but who you attract. Your offers aren't only about what you do, but who you attract. And it's very important to become self-aware on who you believe in, to be authentic, to show your strength, your story. And if you do, it is going to attract the right person. Any questions on this, Cecilia?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Was it helpful,
Yeah.
or it's still confusing a little bit?
No, it was just like, yeah, it was really helpful. But
Okay.
yeah, I was just like stuck in my like own thoughts again for a long time about like, the content that I'm making, because like when you're gradually like making more content like per week, going from 1 to 2 to 3, it's like you always have to keep up with like what kind of content you have to make and stuff like that. And then I feel like I've lost sight of, like my avatar and who am I really?
Your avatar can be you, right? Like you don't have to, like, guys, I don't over obsess about, is my avatar wearing a red shirt or a white shirt, or like what, like, I don't care. Like, I just care that they believe in what I believe in. I can right now start saying some beliefs, right? It will be great. You will think, oh, I believe that, because we attract people like us. And it's just about how good we unpack the beliefs that we have. So you don't have to just sit there and think for 2 days to see that. Like, you just need to, intuitively when what you are saying is what you are resonating with, and what you are saying is you are doing it because it will appeal to more people, And if you wouldn't, and if you do focus on the things that you really believe in, like that you are unapologetically yourself, then you are doing a good job. Then don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And we all can do better. I'm not saying I'm just getting started with this, literally just. Hopefully in 5 years, when you see me speak, I would change my tonality. I will have different energy on different parts of the call. I will ask more questions. There's so many things I can get better at myself, or to know what I believe. I'm 22. Like, how can I know everything I'm going to believe in for the rest of my life? I don't know. Right? But at least now I'm authentic. I'm not going to say something just because it gets more clients, but I don't believe in it. So all of this to say is that these things, you either will learn this easy way or hard way. The easy way to listen to this, the hard way is to ignore this, keep attracting the wrong people, and then you will be making money and you'll say, oh, money wasn't the answer. Now I just hate my life. So anyway, by the way, Marissa is here. Marissa even has a similar story. I don't know if she wants to share or not, but without getting into the details, Marissa, do you want to share something or not? Do you want me to just quickly?
Yeah, whatever you want me to share, Harut's fine. Yeah.
Awesome. So basically, tell people that you were making money, but what were you feeling at that moment? Like, just curious. Like that, just context. We had a call with Marissa recently, and I said, like, Marissa, what if someone pays you $10,000? Would you do X? She's saying no matter what price point. So I want her to talk about this, how important what you do is and who you work with is. Okay.
So yeah, I can get $10,000 for an hour appearance. Like, that's what I command right now. I spent 25 years in my field, and my hourly rate was more than a lawyer in the United States would make an hour. And I stopped doing all that for 3 years to build a high ticket program to serve in a more transformational way. And I basically had to make a decision on faith alone because I believed in the product and what I wanted to do and the freedom I wanted to build, where my bank account went down to couple $1,000s because I stopped my business for 4 months. Like, there was no guarantee that I was going to go from A to Z. Like, there was no like, yes, you will make this money if you make this product. And I closed my wait list. I took a sabbatical and I built my high ticket program, which is now 3 years in, but I still have people wanting me to do what I used to do. So we're in a transition right now. And a lot of my audience that I built over the past 2 decades are the type of people that Harut is talking about. They want instant gratification, and they don't want to hear about doing the work. They just want the instant answers. Like, this is the tactic, this is the answer, this is the solution. And I work with a whole different system that's like, it doesn't matter if you get a tactic, it doesn't matter if you get a solution, it doesn't matter if somebody tells you what to do. Like, you're not going to be able to implement it unless you have certain things in place. And so for us, that takes the minimum of 12 months to have somebody like scale really and push through their business blocks and push through their energy blocks to rebuild their life. So it's not an easy process, but like, I have new offers that I'm pitching to my current audience, and we're like getting crickets, like we're not having people jumping at the bit. Yeah. And so Harut the other day was like, well, why don't you just charge triple what you would charge for somebody to have this type of session with you? And I'm like, absolutely not. Like, I have people offering me that. I just don't like the way I feel. So we're trying to come up with a way now to integrate and to find the right people. But it's a weird space to be in because I have people literally wanting to throw money at me for what I do. And what I do now is just as powerful. Actually, it's more powerful, but people don't want to do the work. So, I come from a whole different space where tactics mean nothing. A coach telling you what to do means nothing. Because if you intuitively don't feel that and you don't know that inside, like, you're really not going to be able to follow that if you are used to existing in a limited capacity, and you can't go beyond that capacity because you don't have that capacity inside. Things just keep dropping. So it goes beyond so much more. People don't want to hear that though. They don't want to hear they don't want to hear that.
And can I share something on this, by the way? So,
Yeah.
and thank you for sharing this. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Guys, look at this. She can get paid $10,000. And it's still, Lucas has got a jump. See you, man. Have a good day. Thank you for joining. She still doesn't want to take it. So why, like, if that's the path for you, like if you are listening to this and you already feel that you are not attracting the people that you want, that's where you're going to end up to. And I'm sure with Marissa, we're going to crush it. Like, she still has some audience that like pay her thousands of dollars that are these new types of people. And we're going to grow that. There's no doubt that she's going to get there. But like, learn from my mistake of my 50K a month previous business. Learn from her mistake. So many more people, by the way, like, it's crazy. It's not like it all happens all the time. Why would you right now? Like, if you hate the people that you work with, or let me put the other way, if you don't absolutely love the people that you work with today, the worst thing that can happen to you is if you become successful with that. You know why? Because once you become successful with that, then it's harder to go back and to build another audience or to start from scratch, because now you have these expectations, now you have this audience. You would rather have it failed, so you don't do it, so you do what you like to get to the goal. Right? You would rather have it not work. And there's so many countless examples of this when people don't like it. And again, it's not a yes or no thing. It's not like, I love it, I don't like it. No, I like my audience. Think about this. How much do you like them? What could you change to like your audience for? For full transparency, there's things that I can do to make my audience even better. And that's what I'm going to work on. There's some tweaks I'm going to do. And that's what we have been doing, by the way, in the past previous months, that we had some people leaving our community. And they think that we don't know that, but we are doing it so that they leave. Right? Because we don't want that people to be in, that are going to just ruin the whole atmosphere. I will be honest. If I see one person complaining in the group, we are going to ban them. No matter what. Not complain about us or like about something we could do better. Of course, we will get better. But if just go and it's full complaint, I will say, like, what energy you are putting into the group? All people are here are winners that take responsibility. Are like, what are you complaining about? So it's just about certain standards that people want to be around and you want to be around. So basically, all of this to say is that some of you will start applying this lesson right away. So it will be immediately applicable. I'm attracting the wrong people. I'm just doing it because it's getting easier views or easier to sell. I need to attract better, more sophisticated people with brains that actually understand what's going on and, that I believe in, or whatever you believe in. And some people, you are already doing that. Great. Keep doing that. Right? For example, Lamin. I know that Lamin likes his audience, right? They have an impact, etc. They like him. So the lesson for him would be never change that. Like, if you keep going and someone says, hey, would you do this thing for money? Say no. Like, keep being focused on what you do in front of you. I see Isaac has raised his hand. Thank you so much, Marissa, for sharing it. I really appreciate it. Like, for people's perception that like it's a real person sitting there that they can make 10K and she doesn't want to take it. So yeah, Isaac, go ahead, man.
No, it was so you're saying, oh, I remember now.
Okay.
So you're kind of talking about, she was saying, oh, but you're saying about the red shirt, I'm not trying to attract people with
Yeah.
red shirt.
Yeah.
Ultimately, when you say attract the right audience, is it you're going to attract the right audience that you've taken notes on, or that what you believe? Because I was kind of hearing both, but I didn't know if it's merged, or hey, just do this one and you're straight, or do this one and you're
I
good.
think it
Or
should
is it
be
like more
the
of a,
same answer, to be honest. There shouldn't be any difference. Like why should I believe in something and have something else on my document? I should have on my document only things that I believe in and the people I want to attract in the first place. So like that's exact. Like I don't go to a market and say who is buying, let me sell to them. Because it's just a matter of time when you find the people in the most pain that are the most desperate and you solve that problem and eventually you are miserable. I think what I
But
believe
also,
in and then who I want to like you basically my philosophy, and guys, you can do it differently. I'm not saying this is the only way. My philosophy is finding the market, the people, the group of people that you love, and then serving them. Not saying what should I serve, what would I improve, what other people are telling me, but that should be when I'm putting it into the paper, I am putting it into the paper from here. Right now, I'm still
okay,
doing research. I want to make this practical. I sometimes buy programs for tens of thousands of dollars, one program, to know what they are doing. You know why? Because they are attracting an audience that believes in what I believe in. So I still do research. I still say, okay, this person has the audience I want because I believe in the audience. I believe I would love to be in the position of this person. It's like exactly me. I love them. This is great. Like that's the first decision-making factor. And only after that, I would go and say, who are they attracting specifically? Because I can't articulate it well enough, but I love how they do it. So I can kind of see it. So I'm very practical with these things too, right? Yeah.
okay,
So
that helps a lot.
yeah. So
Because
like
as a person that goes ahead and is always just like, I don't care who I serve, like that really helped a lot.
yeah. No, you care who you serve. Like you care. Like there's a reason you are not serving right now Armenian volleyball players. Like there's something that you are inside you're passionate about. And there's a big point here too. There are very few people that can be like you, Isaac. They just care about winning. They just want to win. But even within that, you want to win in a separate format. Like if I tell you sit down and script videos and make pre-recorded videos for the rest of your life, you'll probably hate that. So you are saying, I don't care. You care. The best way to sit down and to do scripted videos from now, why you are not doing it? You say, I want to script, I want to move on, I want to have a pressure. So now maybe your audience is people that also believe in that too, in pressure, in creativity, in going all whatever. But yeah, basically we are saying the same things, it's just articulating it differently, I think. Yeah, cool. All right, and by the way, guys, whenever I'm sharing things, like people have different perspectives. So this is a big recommendation. Always take the thing that's useful for you and throw everything else away. Like people are different, their situations, their
can
things.
I ask one
Yeah.
question in relation to that? Like before
Yeah.
we move on, like, do you think you can get the best from the both worlds?
I
You see what I
can.
mean?
I believe I can. I believe I can have 1 million high achievers who want to achieve greatness to be in my audience. Why can't I? Like if there was
Yeah, I know.
5,000 people here, I would give the same value, probably even more. So I believe I
Yeah,
can.
and I agree with that as well. But like based on what we talked about like last time, I know it was like for a long time ago,
Yeah.
but in our one-on-one call, right?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, we talked about like, sometimes you can't get that. You have to like prioritize, you have to focus, right?
It's just a time frame question. Like I can't go as broad as I could if I went after 22-year-olds. Like if I go to after 20-year-olds, I will be very well known in the next 2 years. Like objectively. I'm not saying I will be a superstar, everyone will like me, probably lots of people will hate me too. But I can be well known. But I don't want that. But I want to be well known to the right people, to serious people. Like guys, I'm surprised sometimes to the people I'm talking to. Like these were my heroes. And I'm talking with them, or I'm like, my goal is to attract a lot of people like that. It's just a different timeline. I want to do this in the next 20 years, not in the next 3 months. In the next 3 months, no, I can't. Me personally, I don't think I can attract million people that are high value. I can't. Like I can't. I'm honest. It's gonna take time because I need to get better. Long term, why can't I? So now a big thing on this. If you go broad, you are gonna attract some weird people anyway. Like that's what happens. Internet is free. Anyone can watch it. Like I had someone, I had a person that was complaining about my background. Like they said, Howard, I would work with you. I don't want to work with you because I don't like your background. And I think, okay, like my background isn't perfect for sure. Like it's not, and I don't care about it either. But like if you don't want to work with me because of my background, then good luck. I don't think we align on values. I don't judge people based on their backgrounds, right? I thought like, and it was such a like completely great. So you will attract people like that, look at certain things like this anyway, but it's just about what percentage of the people is this way. Like if you go to our group, Cecilia, and the maturity level there, and especially it's gonna get even more mature with the changes we are making, and you go to the schoolers community, just go to, hey, I played the new background music song. I'm gonna like, nothing against that, but like just it's a completely different like people, like it's different vibe. A lot of people learned about us from schoolers, I like that, but it's so big that like I'm saying like, guys, why are you talking about piano classes in the comments? Like you both said you want to quit your job that you hate. Why are you wasting time? Like what's the plan, So all of this to say is that it comes down to timeline. You are looking at this, Cecilia. Timeline. If you look for growing faster, you are gonna, unless you are world class, which you can be, but if you are not world class or if you are getting there, then it is going to take time. Even for Alex Hormozi, who like sold his company for 50 million, it took him like, his podcast is like the 6th year, 7th year. He hasn't missed a podcast. I didn't sell my company for 50 million. And English is also his native language. It's not mine. And also 10 years. So if he did it in 6, I probably should do it in at least 10, or 20. Hopefully I'm better and I will do it in 5. But what if not? What if it takes 20? I don't know. So it's a time frame question. The answer is yes. There are people that are coaching presidents. Like they are literally private coaches of presidents. It just takes time. Hope that answered it. But knowing you love creating, Cecilia. You love creating, you love posting. So if you just keep it up and just keep thinking about this, you are gonna naturally over time get there anyway. So don't overthink it much. Just like you love creating, that's your benefit, Yeah, hope that helped. Cool. And thank you, Isaac, for sharing your thoughts as well. Anything else, Cecilia?
No, thank you so much.
Cool. Of course, my pleasure. All right, Adrian has been waiting for 55 years. So Adrian, please, you can unmute yourself. If you still remember your question.
Thanks.
If you remember your question, you are getting an award for the best in the world. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you obsess about things, it's difficult to just forget them,
Yeah.
First of all, thanks for all the valuable information you put out here. And to be honest, I think you embodied the kind of reasons why people end up, wanting to work with you, because you can see the passion, and it's just the kind of, frequency, if you want, vibe, however you want to call it. And it happened to me before. And first, I watch a lot of stuff from people that I resonate with, to the point where I feel, obliged in a way, or responsible to pay them back. So when I engage and pay them, I don't even expect them to help me that much. It's like the opportunity to meet them and reward them for being there for me when, I needed them. So it's like building this kind of superheroes from the shadows and just getting to meet them. And it's like, amazing. I don't even want anything from you, just here. And I think this is what I wanted to point at, because building this kind of foundation in an organic way, using, like messaging that resonates with the kind of people that we want to help from a position that we feel, experts in, builds this kind of proper, steady foundation. Even if it's a bit slower, it's the right way to do it, right? Because if you want to do it for the next 20 years and you are really passionate about it, there is no better way to do it.
Yeah.
And the content itself is the best filter possible, ultimately, for having in a call like the best quality leads imaginable. And even if, there are few calls, it doesn't really matter, because at a certain point you do some sort of a reverse selling even, like, why me? And they are telling you why. So it's like very fulfilling knowing that upfront you already helped them a lot.
Man, such a good takeaways, by the way. And just a question. Look how much of an amazing client Adrian is. Did you just hear what he's saying? He's saying, I don't want anything. I just liked something, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying, did you say it to us as well or to the other people? Just to be clear. Not maybe us yet, the other people, right? But
No. It's. I mean, I'm old enough to spend money on things where ultimately I know it's my responsibility to get something out of it.
Listen
And by
to what
the
he's
time I
saying, guys.
pay, by the time I pay, I already got enough that I don't have this kind of fear of missing out or fearing that I lost my money, or and this is the real kind of value that it's possible today to offer. And this is how knowledge sharing can get decentralized, because we get to be unreplaceable, because we are us and we are obsessed about things that other people would pay us to become even more obsessed about.
Yes.
which is amazing. Yeah. So that's why it's important to just stick with what you're really passionate about, because otherwise you are creating this false alter ego, which is just hurting you long term, because you are not true to yourself, which is the most important thing at the end of the day.
Exactly. I love that, man. Thank you for sharing. And again, Adrian is an example of what I'm saying, guys. Right? Would Adrian join if my messaging was make 5K a month fast, the YouTube secret strategy in a week? He wouldn't be here. So, but it would be easier for me, right, to do that. But I didn't, and I stayed patient. Yeah. Now I attract people like you guys.
And I would not be here, right? Because I'm an intuitive person. I don't care in the end about this sort of marketing strategies or intelligent copy or whatever. For sure, I'm a testament.
Gives a shit or not, right? Sorry for my language. Yeah. But before our call, even we were talking with Isaac. I'm saying, man, he said something nice. I said, thank you. Why do you think you joined our one-on-one program? And now he's crushing it. And he said, man, it was intuition. It's just you said this, I knew. It's not possible to have in a page, guys, a word that attracts Isaacs, Adrians, Marissas, Flamins, Felixes, Cecilias, Robis. That's not how it works. They just hear something good, they feel good about it, they can see it. You can't fake that. How can you, even if you can fake that, it's just a matter of time you get exposed. Let's say I'm fake and I'm like this, and in reality, I don't care about this. Okay, what about next month? Can I do this for 5 years, 10 years? At some point, you say, okay, this is not true to me. Amazing feedback, Adrian. I love it, man. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. And on your note, which is awesome, when you do figure this, and by the way, I want to be very clear. The people that are here mainly care about what they do anyway. And that's by design, by the way, guys. That's the reason you decided to work with me. A lot of you care about that, right? So I'm not saying that you, most of us, vast majority of people are here, missionaries, visionaries. They want to make money. They want to grow, but they also want to have an impact. So it's not about, guys, go from 0 to here. I'm not saying you are hating people, scamming people. It's about how much can we move towards unpacking even more of ourselves, showing even more of our personality, showing even how much more can we do, how much more we can refine it, make the packaging better, make the messaging better. It's all about that. So it's not about yes or no. It's about how much better we can be. And also having this in mind. So once you keep going, you see, oh, oops, a client, but if they don't resonate, don't work with them. On this note, Damien, for example, told me couple of days ago, who is here on the call, and he told me in the DMs hard, this person is probably gonna be able to pay us thousands of dollars, but probably shouldn't take them. And I said, yeah. And Damon said, I hope they don't get back to us and they don't buy, and even if they do, probably we won't sell. And we were talking about that, right? Because sometimes these opportunities are gonna present themselves. They do say yes or no. But if you stay patient, if you keep moving towards even more unpacking the value, which takes time, guys. This to-do list at the top level is gonna take a long time, right? So it's not an overnight change. But on Adrian's point, and Mia, I see you raise your hand, so now I'm gonna unmute you. On Adrian's note, once you do attract these people, though, you don't need the money to make money. Look at Cam. He gets 100 views on certain videos, but he just made a $6,500 wire from this one client. And he has 2 calls left this month. He just need 2 people. He's going to make $12,000. And he loves working with these people. And he loves his mission and loves that because he's himself. He didn't start this because this niche was whatever, right? He did it because he loves it. Guys, I'm coaching since 6 years old. When I was 6, I was watching a movie You know, in a movie when there's some teacher, mentor, guru, I was saying I'm that guy. And probably that's one of the best indications from childhood, who you identify yourself with in movies. When I was, my friend, I was saying, I'm the main hero. I'm saying, what? Like you are the main hero? Like that guy is the best. He's wise. He's just chilling there, giving advice. He already, that's the guy that you need to. And they're saying, no, that's boring. Like I want to be the person in the, I said, okay, like, but I like, and then I watched another cartoon. I was that person. In school, I was like, so it's me, right? So no matter what, I'm gonna be this way. Imagine my competitors. They cold email you and say, oh, why Adrian didn't buy from me? Like I had the perfect AI copy. I had the perfect, why didn't, right? When they don't care about this niche at all. They just so that like they have no chance, Anyway, let me now quickly get to Mia as well, because she had a question, and then we have 9 minutes and we'll slowly wrap it up, guys. I appreciate everyone's time. Mia, go ahead, please.
Yeah, it wasn't a question so much as a comment. I know some of us are like trying to grow our brands and focusing on getting so big while also focusing on attracting the right people. And just something that stands out to me being in the financial niche. There's this guy that I watch on Instagram, get inspiration from, but he always makes sure he says in his videos, if you're not making at least $300,000, do not contact me. And it's like, no one stops watching him. No one stops, looking into his brand. He doesn't stop growing, but he's being very clear on who his audience is, on what his strategies, like who the people that his strategies work for. If you don't have a business, like his tax strategies are not working on a W-2 or a W-4. You know what I mean? So like, I think sometimes our fear of growing so big, so quickly, and us picking the right people, we think we're excluding a lot of people. We're not excluding, the people that are going to find the information valuable. That's inevitable, right? And even people who sometimes people think their values line up with you, and they just don't. Sometimes people think they're hard workers and they're just not, So you're always going to grow bigger than the actual people you're trying to attract to do business with. And I think that's the difference. We're not trying to work with everyone, but attracting more than who we're going to work with is inevitable.
Such a good feedback. I love that. Yeah, like exactly. You can sometimes go broader, but for as long as the people that you want you to watch you are still watching you, so like your content kind of applies to both, and you are clear who you work with, that works very well. Amazing point. I love that, Mia. By the way, on this note, that's why we're probably gonna double our prices of the community, which for you it will guys stay the same, because we want to attract more serious people, whatever, right? So that's why we are going to do that. Like I can still talk to people that my information would be applicable to, as Mia said. It's a great point. But when I say, hey, you need to be already making money, or you need to already start posting content, you need to do this to join, that can work. And to be super honest with you guys, over time, I want to raise the level of the clients as well, in terms of where they are with the business. Not as humans. And our goal is that you level up to that level as well with me, when I'm going to level up to that level. And we all grow. And the people that don't, they get left behind. Unfortunately, this is how the world works, right? And the people that do keep going, they keep growing with you. That's great. But that's one of our plans, because I also can't do this call when I'm 65, right? Like, honestly, I'm probably hopefully you hope that I am somewhere where I have even more impact. And this is, guys, I love this. Like, this is really, truly, like I love this. But there's also reinventing yourself, finding yourself, going to the next level, to seeing how many more people you help. And I think that's what you want to do, right? You want, like, for yourself too, you want to keep leveling up, to keep servicing people at a higher level that are just better people. And again, the easiest people to sell are the people that are in the most pain. The person that is so overweight, they just want to find the secret in a day. That's why you sell something that hurts their weight anyway, right? So, or the person that wants to get rich so desperately, that's why they buy all these get rich quick courses that just promise them a lot of things. That's our desires in every single niche, right? So, but if you don't tap into that, if you have the discipline to serve the people that you really care about, that's it. And I'm not saying go and just only work with people that are they're perfect. There's no perfect person, but you can attract better people when you understand who the perfect person is for you, and you do that. And that was the second tip, by the way, I wanted to share about offers. Is one of the biggest ways to attract better people is with higher prices. Higher prices are one of the easiest ways to have better clients. I promise you that. The people that pay, they pay attention, and the people that pay the most attention. So keep that in mind. Now, doesn't mean you can't do low ticket. Doesn't mean that you can't sell not expensive things. Doesn't mean that at all. All I'm saying is, if you have your price tells people what you are worth. It tells the world what you are worth. When they see $100, you tell the world that it's worth $100. When there is $10,000, you show that it's worth $10,000, right? Now, I'm not saying go and make up a price and just persuade people and get them in even when you don't think it's worth it. Don't do that. But higher prices usually attract better people. There's people, guys, I helped for free a year ago. There's people who couldn't afford it. Who can guess if they got results or not when I was helping them for free? They didn't, because they didn't do anything. Because they did. And now let me give you another example. What if you paid $10,000 to be on this call? On this call alone, how many of you would take more notes? How many of you would remember this lesson for life? How many of you? Just think about it. Same thing I would say, man, like if I spend 10K, then I will never forget. And you will probably make changes that will attract better people, isn't it? You will ask smarter questions. When you had a question and you hesitated to ask today, you would raise your hand because you paid and you would get the value and you will do it, right? So that's the second way to attract better people is by higher prices. Free content attracts free people. That's what usually happens. And sometimes it will attract people that get to know you first and then buy something from you. That's awesome. But the people that just constantly for their whole life want to learn everything from everyone for free ever, I don't think they usually end up reaching their goals because they are not invested. So that's about the offers. And guys, this is extremely important because once you have this, the conviction that you will have in your product will be crazy. We had another client that paid us more than 5 figures 5 days ago. It's 2 people. They're in our community, 2 business partners. Anyway, I asked them because that's what I always do. By the way, I recommend if someone ever buys from you, say, hey, why did you buy? Why me? What made you make this decision? What did you feel? What else were you considering? What could be easier? What else could have done? Always ask feedback. So I'm asking it, I'm saying like, what did you buy? And say, man, like I was pre-sold before the call. I didn't I just researched. I saw I resonate, jumped on a call. I felt your conviction. I felt your energy on the call. You cared. You asked smart questions. You really didn't want to sell. You just wanted to see if I'm the person that qualifies to work with you in the first place. And I said, damn, like this is perfect. And that's why I signed up. People aren't dumb anymore, guys, where you just follow a sales script and say, oh, this is my money. Follow a script, follow a line. I'm not saying don't go extreme this way, have structure, organize it. But what matters even more is what did happen before people joined your community, before they messaged you on Instagram, before they watched your YouTube content, before they booked a call with you, before they joined your whatever you are doing. What happened before? How they saw how much content they consume and what happened inside it, right? These things are more important because you have the conviction. Again, don't believe me? Look at every single purchase you made in the last year and think how you made these purchases. Just think about it right now. For the past year, on how many calls have you been that you just emotionally you got sold to? Not many, probably. And how many did you buy where you researched, connected with the person, so that he's gonna take care of you, so that he cares or she cares, and then you join. For me, 100%. I bought 0 things in the past 3 years before I just saw who is this person. Should I listen to him? Does he even care? How does he respond to me when I message him? Does he just give answer to just get away, or does he care? So that's what matters. So practically figure out what your brand is about, your beliefs, right? Start sharing the stories that resonate with the right person. Don't go with the people that just are easier to sell to, but the people that are the people that you really want to, you would work with for free. You would have a coffee with them, right? You would like to be friends potentially in real life, not with everyone, but with most of them. Attract these people, stick to that, and if you do it, you are going to win. And if you don't, unless you are a genetic freak that you just care about materialism and money, and that's all you are living for, which is there a certain percentage that genetically are that way. But unless you are that person, a moment is gonna come where you're gonna say, oh, what's the purpose of life? Why am I doing this? Sicilianos like Hamza, right? A big YouTuber. He said his most depressed period was when he had 2 million subscribers, was making $100,000 a month, and had amazing romantic life. Because he had it all. And he said, like, what's, but like, what's the vision? What's the purpose? What's the infinite game? Who am I serving? Who am I attracting? Am I being true to myself? What's the next challenge? What's the next? This is everywhere, guys. And not everyone talks about it. That's the funny thing. The Hamza shares very honestly, which is awesome. But a lot of people, they don't share this. So you don't know. You think, oh, they are doing well. Like it takes courage to be someone like Marisa to say, guys, it's not worth 10,000, right? It takes honesty to share it. Most people say, oh, no, I shouldn't, So even the worst thing that can happen to you if it actually works, if you don't believe in it. Anyway, that being said, Robbie, Samrat, Marine, please put in the chat, and everyone else, right now I'm going to ask you guys personally, put in the chat your one biggest takeaway and one action item you're going to do from today. An example can be the takeaway was to that the offers aren't only about the offer, but also who you are attracting. And an example action item could be you're going to fill out your one pager where you're going to write down who you believe in or whatever. So what's the one thing you took away? And what's the one thing you want to do? You want to change, maybe your mindset, change it, what you're going to implement, change. Doesn't have to be huge, whatever resonated with you. It can be something completely different as well that I didn't mention. Just share something that stood out the most to you, that was the most helpful. So it sticks, and then we will go from there. I'm waiting for the answers. Robbie, Samrat, Marine, Lina, Asher, Damien, Ian, Rohan, Amber, Paul, Robbie, another Robbie Scott, Felix, Cecilia, Marissa, Mia, Isaac. Let me know. And we will be wrapping it up. Right, and let me see if I missed something from the chat by the meantime. While we are typing this out, guys. All right. I've missed a lot of cool comments. I'm gonna right now read them. Oh my God, so many comments. This is great. Isaac said, I forgot who says this, but people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 5. Yeah, I think it was Bill Gates. And I think it was 10, not 5. But it's the same principle. Yeah, exactly. Including me, by the way. Sometimes I say, oh, this year I'm gonna do this, but like things take time, You can like even for you, Isaac, what happened in the past 4 months for you, right? Or the next month, including, it's gonna be like 100% profit. But what people didn't see before that, different things you try, different skills you learn that now you're connecting. I want to create a big brand and attract serious non-broke people at the same time. Yeah, Cecilia, you can do it. You can do it. Like Mia is talking about. Some people will watch it that wouldn't resonate, but it's just your timeline. Like if you want to do it in a week, it won't work. But if you want to do it in 10 years, you can have the biggest audience of the right people too. A good example, guys, I will share on this, is called Founders Podcast. There's more billionaires listening to this podcast than like any other thing I know. And this person has like how much? 3,000 YouTube subscribers. But he has like 100K on Twitter because Twitter is easier to go viral. But like literally how his podcast grew, in-depth content for the smartest high achievers in the world. And sometimes like some big 1 million person, like very rich entrepreneur retweeted his podcast. He started going to the circles. Mr. Beast is listening to that podcast sometimes. I'm right now advertising it for free for some reason. He needs to pay me next time. So that's what happens. He just keep getting better and focusing on what he wants. So now his audience is larger. He had a dinner with Warren Buffett's business partner, Charlie Munger, who is worth a couple $1 billion, who doesn't do dinners with everyone for money, and he did the dinner with him. So a good example, if you Google, he just stick to his thing. He didn't become as big as you might want, Cecilia, but like that's a way that he started small, and then because he got better, he got bigger as well. Lamin said, yep, it's happening to you. You will attract people who are not in your target audience, no matter how much you try. What matters is that you stick to your messaging. Exactly. You are going to attract wrong people always. Happening to us, we upload, yes. What I don't see is Damien, he must sleep for training. Thanks, Aiden. Adrian for wisdom. I've been looking for mentorship for ages, but the Ferrari Lambo got me annoyed. I stopped looking for, Lamin says, yeah, exactly. How many people show you Lamborghinis, guys, to work with them? But do you care? Oh, this person has a Lamborghini. Let me buy their YouTube coaching. Like, who thinks that way? Tell me. Who? Harut is the best. Thank you. You are the best. Warut. Warut is fun. And I just grab. You should try it sometime. Maybe Harut secretly has multiple Lambos in his garage. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? When I was 6, I bought my first Lamborghini. When I was 6, yeah. Gata, go ahead, a good rest of the day. See you. I'm only joking, Isaac. Cool. Well, I mean, guys, watch Hamza's video. Why not heard? We are all going to be dead before you are 65. Oh, really, Mia? Why are you saying that? Don't say that. Maybe I will be dead before that. Kosi is planning to retire on a beach with a new Lambo, probably. Yeah, that's my goal. Huge thanks, everyone. Amazing call. Need to go. See you, Adrian. Gary V's 50, so you can stop at 50. While the flip 100, you're probably looking like 20 when you're 65. Yeah, that would be crazy, to be honest. Deal, you can take my BMW. How long do you want it? Okay. All right. I would savor every single year. Okay. Free coaching clients. I'm taking notes, Harut. Awesome. I'm dialed in. Great. Okay. People who used free stuff, just mindless consumers. Okay. I wouldn't say that way, because someone can be for some time they can consume something free, but if they are really serious, they usually take other steps, right? But it can be a time thing to, like, it can be you just learned about them, it takes some time to buy, but eventually, yes, you want to attract serious people. I'd like to have your money, Harut. Sounds good. Sure, shipping to Oregon tomorrow. Hamza is so inspiring. Go ahead and make one pager about the clients that I want to attract and my beliefs. Awesome. Attract the right audience. By the way, you can use ChatGPT for this too, guys. Go and say, Harut asked me to create a one pager. It's when you put your beliefs and ideal avatar and who you want to attract and whatever. Ask me 5 questions to see what I believe in. Here's some of the things that I already know I believe in. Here's what I don't like. Here's what I hate. So help me create it. Boom. It's going to take you 5 minutes. You are going to create one. And over time, you refine it. By the way, you go back, say, oh, I need to add this. I need to change this. I need to add it. You constantly, the more you learn, the more you refine this. Attract the right audience. Rohan says, create the one-page document so that I can use it as a sense. Cool. Make a vision page for my ideal client. Awesome, Felix. Have a client that you would spend time with for free. Helped me so much. Awesome, Ian. Thank you for sharing. Refining my messaging to attract the true clears. Awesome. Robbie. Biggest takeaway, doesn't matter how good. On this note, by the way, guys, when we talk about messaging, I know someone, his name is Dan Bolton. He started talking about the fact that he bought chickens for his farm, and the same day he got like 4 clients that said, man, I didn't know you have chickens. I have chickens. I've been following you for a long time. And I joined. So why? Because this person thinks, so if this person has chickens, they have a farm. If they have a farm, they like being in the self-organic lifestyle or I don't know. I don't have chickens, right? But like these people resonated. So it can be even a tiny thing like you, but what makes you you? That's what you want to know. Biggest takeaway, it doesn't matter how good the offer or whatever it is. Paul says what matters is better or the not audience relates to you and your ability. Exactly. It does matter to how good the offer is, but this matters more. Want to be clear. Actionable step, make a one-pager with detailed ideal customer profile, making sure to focus on the beliefs that promote client results and not laziness. Awesome. Samrat, I'm in the process of finalizing what value I want to sell and hearing how to put together an offer helped. I will try to structure it accordingly. Amazing. I'll write down a profile of what my client loves and who my client is and their pains and problems and passions, desires. Love it. Emerson's takeaway, stories to resonate with people I'd like to be friends with, people who resonate with my values, action to create my one-pager. Awesome. I have it in my head. I'm just so cooked. It's soon 2 a.m. Sounds good. You will do it in the morning. I have one-pager, but I'm certainly going to add to it. Good. Founders Podcast, where is Spotify? Yeah, I think it's everywhere. If you search Founders Podcast on YouTube, you will find it too. Is that Matt Gray? No. RIP Charlie. Yeah. Thank you, Harut. Damien got to jump off. Thank you, Mia, for joining. Work with people you want to have coffee with. By the way, this is Lana. Awesome, Lana. Yeah, your iPhone says Lena for some reason. Yeah, that's a good takeaway. Attracting people that we want. Create content that's true to you, what you like, what you would like to see, and then attract those who are like-minded or similar to you. Then you will get the best results as the most satisfied. To do, Robbie says, write a list of the content that interests me and what I think would interest others like me in my general niche. Also create more videos where I slow more of my personal storytelling, already working on this way. Anyway, cool. Exactly. And by the way, the best artists usually create for themselves. If you look at people like Picasso, he wasn't creating it for it to go viral on TikTok hundreds of years after, right? Like he just cared about it at that moment. He cared about it so much that's why it worked later. This one, Founders Podcast. Yes, I think it's that one. Daniel. Yeah, that one, Samra. That's the one I found on YouTube. Yes, that's that one. So I need to go to switching of camera. No worries, Amber. Read my 11-page review going was necessary. The reason Damien is saying 11-pager, we also have a similar thing of that, which is 11 pages. So we are joking. Damien says, ours, it should be 1-pager, but it's 11-pager. So ours is a little bit long. We need to make it shorter. But yeah, not BMW. I read a bit, by the way, BMW. I also need to go to sleep probably. These monthly group calls, surprisingly really nice compared to weekly. Oh, nice. Good feedback. That's awesome. Your energy is different in this monthly. Awesome, Cecilia. Thank you. It was great. Amazing. Gazillion 10. Nice. Thank you. This is what the first monthly called. The next will be, yes, exactly. You can unmute yourselves, say bye, and I will see you next time in the community. Bye, everyone.
Hi,
Thanks for joining.
everyone.
See you next time. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Bye. And if you like this video, you might actually like a video that I made with 50 lessons I learned by making over $500,000 in a few months from just one of our businesses. So I will leave that video absolutely for free on your screen. So if you're interested, check it out. Hope this video was helpful.